Listen, the intro song gets me every single time. Golly. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What's up, y'all? How you doing? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Y'all in there? Listen. We in there like somewhere. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I am grateful to be here, whatever. Like God is just so good. It's crazy out here. Like, God be Godding. You feel me? Do people say that? Everybody be saying life be life and if everything be everything and God be Godding. We don't go with it. Welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. I'm your host, Domo Jones. How y'all doing? Y'all good? I said that rather fast, Domo. Like, pipe it down. Bring it out just a taste so the people can understand what you're saying. Okay. Y'all good? Y'all straight? Like, I'm just grateful that y'all here. And like we in there like swimwear. Alright, so let's get y'all know like my guest is about to be like too legit to quit, right? Okay, just so y'all know. Let's get into the house rules. No profanity. We don't do that on this show. Come on. We don't do that on this show. No profanity. It's too many words in a dictionary. Like way too many. Wait. No bashing of race, religion, gender, politics, or sexual preferences. I mean, for what? Like, no, we don't do that over here. Like, over here, we won't do that. Because from one blood, he made all the nations. So, we can fuck. Like, we can fuck, cousins, auntie, uncle, grandma and them, grandpa them, all them. And y'all all invited to the barbecue. Tell them I sent you. Who gonna check for me? Because who gonna check for me? I gotta put my arms for that one. Ain't now person gonna check for me, boo. Like, ain't nobody gonna check for me. Cause they know better. Like, or whatever. Bars. Also, this show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. So here you already know. When I do this, y'all know what that means. When I do this, y'all know what that means. Get you one of us in your circle. Don't get me, but get you one of us in your circle. I am telling you. Us, because we top tier. I don't care if nobody say we are top of the top of that tier. And that tier, we're top of that. Child, get you one of us. You welcome. You welcome, boo. You are welcome. Also, this show is, I'm trying to figure out, Tamara, what up? Love you. Looking like a movie star. I mean, what movie am I playing in? You feel me? Like, what am I acting on? What am I acting? Thank you. I love you. I'm trying to figure out, I need to figure out how to say this because the wording, I just put the word in just to be on the safe side, but I don't really know. So I'm going to say this show is one of the very few and far and in between, yet noticeable. I'm going to figure it out. Hey, Ma. And most noticed show that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. I need to figure out how to say that. Because when you can't be, I mean, you go off the cuff, but you can't be doing like half bread. Like, no, you gotta come with it, big dog. So I'm gonna figure that out. If you guys know how to say that, y'all help me out. Because I need to figure out how to word that correctly. Also, because of that, however, hi grandma, I love you. However I word it, however I say it. That I guess you know what that means. Because that means that Lady O, Ava DuVernay, and Tyler Perry, like I'm coming to all three of you guys' houses. I am coming for you and your knowledge. But I'm coming for you. I'm coming to all of the houses because we gotta talk. Lady O, you already know it's cold. So, and it's probably gonna rain again this week by like the end of this week or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna go outside the house and then I'm gonna hop on across the street to Tyler Perry's place. We can go to your airport pilot license section, or we can go to the crib, or we can even go to one of your plethora of studios. It don't even matter. You let me know. You send me your location, and you know, let's focus on communication. That's it. And then we're gonna hop on over to Rockefeller real quick because we need to get our locks done with Mother Ava DuVernay or Mother Doobie. You feel me? We're gonna go across the street, around the corner up the street a little bit, make a left. We're gonna go to Rockefeller because we need to chop it up. Like, what better way to chop it up while you getting your hair relocked by a Rockefeller experience? Come on, I'm preaching better than y'all saying anything. I am preaching better than y'all saying anything. I don't care what nobody say. Like, holiday. Okay. Yeah, those are my house rules. I hope y'all got it because it was a lot of in between, in betwixt sidebar conversation situations in there. But y'all can tell I have my V8 energy. So I am at like a 13.3. Last week I was at 13.2. This week I'm at 13.3. We in there. We in there. So as you guys know, that we started a new segment. Well, we rebrushed up on a new segment, two new segments. One, I wanted to bring back the awareness ribbons for cancer or tumors. And this month is the gallbladder tumor. And the color is green. So for future reference, because we are in the beginning of the season, every month I'm going to shed light and bring awareness to a ribbon of that month. It'll be a cancer ribbon or a tumor ribbon, an awareness ribbon. And every month, whatever the color is, as you can see, like it's green, whatever that color is going to be that ribbon for that month. This show is about the disabled community, bringing awareness and all that. So I want to shed light on everything I can in my power during my time to shine bright, shine star, shine far. Don't be shy, be a star. Where you live, where you are, be a star. Thank you, Life Science. I appreciate that movie. Yeah. And also, with that being said, Gabe, who is the Braveheart for this week? Like, lay it to me one time for the one time. One time for the one time. Who the Braveheart? Who the who the Gabe, last week okay, thank you. Cause this is Gabe, who is it? Gabe, you can't be showing out like that. Come on. Do we have to go on the end? We can go. Okay, thank you. So this is at Real Lakeisha, and her disability medical conditions is she's a bilateral amputee. For those that don't know what a bilateral amputee is pretty much someone that both of their legs are amputated from the knees down. Yeah, that is her disability. Nevertheless, she's looking like, I'm gonna tell you what she's looking like she's a little athletic. All I'm saying is she looking like she just did like a cycle marathon or whatnot. And that is super dope because I mean, what can we do? You feel me? Like, what can we do? We can't. What? What are our limitations? We don't. I feel like we have limitations a little bit, but we have alternations. Come on. We don't have a limitate. Well, we do. We have a little bit of limitations, but we have alterations. Alter it. Alter. Put it on the what? Alter. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll tonight. I mean, when I say the Nuggets are negating, why I keep saying that? Like, I gotta figure it out. The Nuggets are coming. Every trend don't work. Cause that's just a lot. The Nuggets are negating. Girl, what? What are you talking about? That ain't your style. Thank you, Grandma, because I'm about to get my missionary license real quick, real fast. I'm about to take a master class to get my missionary license. So if you see another certificate on Facebook, just know my grandmother has approved because she told me to preach, and that's all I needed. That's all the motivation I needed, and we in the light somewhere. Okay, so real quick, I want to give a shout out and hey, mom, love you. I want to give a shout out really quick to everyone that has watched my show, um, that watched my interview yesterday. I really appreciate it. I got a lot of people that watched it, viewed it, and it really meant a lot because I am not that person that like shares what I do too much. Like you'll see maybe like a flyer and you'll see like the after effects of what I did, but you won't really see me like in action. Like I'm not that one. And shout out to my mom. I sent her the link because I got a lot of slack like we're gonna say like years ago for not letting people know like what I do when I do it, especially like my parents. They'd be like, yo, how tell me, like I want to know, right? So I told my mom, I sent my mom the link, and she sent it to the nations. I mean, that thing went global. When I tell you, when the people that I didn't even know, hey, what you back? Love you, sister. The people that I didn't even know watched it send me a message that they watched it, and I am very appreciative of it because I just do what I do and I love what I do. But it's another level when other people see me in action of what I do, if that makes sense. Like it's just super dope. And so I'm super grateful. Thank you for everyone that watched. Like I didn't even know how big it was until I got on and I was like, oh, this is a USA thing. Okay. Wow. And then not only that, I did my segment. My segment was an hour. I did my segment. And then the CEO of the expo asked me to do another segment. And I was like, okay. Like literally 20 seconds before we went live, he told me what we were talking about. I said, sir, I don't know anything about, but we gonna wing it. We gonna wing it. And I'm just grateful to be a part. And then after that was over, he was like, yeah, so your energy is like crazy. I need you to be a moderator on a few episodes. I'm like, dang, come on, God. Hi, Mom Sonia, I love you. I'm like, dang, okay, God, come on, open doors. Like, man. International is what they call it. Okay. International. For the Lord. No, bro. Like, I really appreciate everyone that watched it, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I never take it lightly. I'm just here, like I'm a vessel. Use me, seeing me. You feel me? Okay, so really quick, let me get into this story because before I bring my guest out, because I want to bring awareness and shed light to a few things. One thing in particular, actually. And this is going to be to the able bodies, but everybody can listen. Those that have disabilities and are medical conditions, but this is for the able bodies because I want you guys to be very careful of the words that you use and what you say because that thing can get on you and you may want to take it back. So I had a conversation with a lady and we're talking about, so disclaimer, she wants to be on my show extremely bad, but everyone knows my show is literally only guests with disabilities and medical conditions. That's it. There's a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of shows out there that's not their requirements, but that's mine. I have a specific avenue and niche that is for me and my show, what I do. So she doesn't have she doesn't qualify, and that's cool, but sorry. So she made a mention that I have a spot on my leg and now I feel like I could be on the show. I'm sorry, ma'am. Get some vitamin E oil and get that. Like, what you want me to do over here? Slap some vitamin E oil on there so you can get the color skin, so you can get the discoloration back to the color, and go on about your business, big dog. So I was like, that's not how it works. And then she ventures on to say, I want to be I want to play the game too. I want to play the game of having or being able to park in the front of the parking in the front like in the front of wherever. I want to be able to play the game of having a disability placard. I want to be able to play the game of only being able to eat chicken wings and fruit snacks. And everybody know, if you know me, you know that I'm allergic to a lot of stuff, and I really love chicken wings and fruit snacks. And so I was like, she was like, I want to play that game too. And I said, here's the thing, that's not a game. Like our life is not a game. Like this is real life. Ain't no game. Like we can't go on and off. Like sorry, that's not over here. We wish it was a game, but it's not. Like ain't no playing over here. So sorry to we can't just clap on, clap off whenever it's needed. And so she was like, yeah, you're right. She was like, but like I just wanna be a part. And I said, and so I don't take offense to it, because people just don't know. But I said you might want to be very careful with what you wish and what you want in the game that you want to be a part of, because sometimes you may not make it out. Living this life is not easy. And I would venture to say, and I would dare to say boldly, that there are people, and this is why I explained to her, there are people that wish that they can eat more than just two things. There are people that wish that they can walk past the front row of a store or an establishment. There are people that wish that. So you may want to be very careful what you play around with, the verbiage that you use, because I'm very confident in who I am in my disability. Like I don't care. But for someone that struggles with living with a disability, because it's not easy, for someone that struggles it, they could take very much offense to it, especially coming from someone that is full able bodied, does not have not one issue. You don't have not one issue but the spot on your thigh. Be very careful what you say, because if it comes to you, you may not be able to handle it. And I'm being so dead serious. So for the able bodies that wish they can be a part of the community where we need accessibility, where we need different things, let me just say this: having a disability and medical condition is not a luxury. Meaning, we didn't come from a gold spoon filled family to where we have all these perks to where we it's not like that. Our family's not rich and we have butlers and all that. No, this is literally our life. And this is not something that we play with. We literally have to fight to live. And the little accessibilities that we have, we're so beyond grateful, because without that, we wouldn't probably make it at all. So be very careful. Be extremely careful what you wish upon, what you joke around with, what you play with, when you don't really know the ins and outs of what we deal with. Because you may not be able to handle it. Just saying. You may not. So be very careful. It's not for, thank you, Yvonne, because it's not for the faint at heart. It's really not. It's not for the faint at heart. Be very careful what you want to be a part of, because listen, you may not make it. And I'm in it. You may not make it. It's a lot of mental strength. Be very careful. That's my clarion call. All right, that's all I got. Don't mean to fuss, but we discussing. Knowledge is power. All right, so my next guest. First of all, I want to say that she's been knowing me since I was like, what, 2.3 2 and 3 months. I don't know. She's been knowing me for a minute, and this is now the very first time that I knew how to spell her name. Like, What? How in the world that work? But I am very grateful that she answered my call, because the guest that I did have was a no call no show up until an hour before the show started. We don't do that around here. We may do that over there, but we don't do that around here. And I called her quickly, and she was like, "I'm yeah, let's do it." So I'm super grateful, and I cannot wait to hear her story. All y'all know, the ones that the old heads and the newcomers. I don't know 95% of my guests. I don't. I don't know them, and for sure I don't know their story. And this is one I do know, but I don't know her story. So I'm super grateful, super grateful. And y'all, when she comes on, just look how you spell her name. It's so dope. Like, I love the way her name is spelled. It's so dope. All right, we about to bring her on. Miss Charlotte. What? Hey,
Hi,
how are you?
I am excellent. How are you, Domo?
I'm good. Y'all, is her name not? Oh, it's on this side. Is her name spelling not dope? I love it. I love the way you spell your name. It's so dope.
Thank you.
It's so dope. Thank you for being a guest last minute. I do appreciate it so much.
No
So much.
problem.
I
No
don't
problem.
take it. All right, so we about to get into it. So, can you tell everyone where you're from and the name of your disability and or medical condition, or what
Okay,
you
well, I'm sorry. You said what?
what you dealt with, what you've been through?
Okay. I'm from. Well, I'm currently in Rancho Dominguez, California. I am originally from California. Um, and in November of 2017, I was diagnosed with stage two triple negative HER2 positive breast cancer.
Okay, so what, for those that don't know, what is triple negative with a positive, and what does that mean?
Okay, so I did look it up because I did not realize that there were different types of breast cancer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what the triple negative means, and I can't recall it all, but it's basically like some of the main things that that doctors look for to diagnose breast cancer were not there. And so
Mm.
that's why they call it a triple negative, because the three things that they look for, they weren't there. And it was like, oh, okay. And then also, there was no family history. So when they initially tested me for to see if I had the gene, simply because I have a daughter and a granddaughter, and now a great granddaughter, it was important to test me right away, just in case it was hereditary. I didn't have the gene for the cancer.
Oh, so were you considered a rare case?
Let me share this with you. I don't know how rare it was, but I will tell you that once I went to my OBGYN and he discovered that I told him that I had a lump, and he sent me to the clinic. Well, he thought it was just a cyst to be aspirated. When I got there on, I want to say the 19th of October, they said, no, 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 for the ultrasound, we need to do a biopsy. The
Mm.
biopsy was scheduled for I mean, things just started going quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me.
Are you good?
And and um on the 24th I had the biopsy. That was a Tuesday. On Wednesday, the 25th of October, when I came home from work, I got down on my knees, and immediately when I got down on my knees, God said, "They're going to tell you you have cancer." He said, "But I'm going to heal you, but not the way I did before."
Woo. Okay, wait, because we gotta back it up because you said before.
I know.
Yeah, what? Hold. So is this number two?
It was, but the first time I had it, it was not diagnosed, but I knew it was there. And God told me to do a series of things.
Mhm.
And through prayer and God's supernatural healing, when I went back to the doctor and I'm laying on the table, the technician said, "Well, I don't see anything, but we're going to wait for the doctor to come in." And I was like, "Okay." And when the doctor came in, she's looking and she's looking. Now, my chart is on the screen. So you see the three dark areas in my right breast.
Yeah.
She said, "I don't see anything." I said, "Well, what did you see?" She said, "There were three dark areas. There were three lumps because I felt them. I knew they were there."
Yeah.
And God had told me, the last thing God had told me to do was to ask someone at my church to pray for me. And I was like, oh, okay. So, really, this person of all people. I
Yeah.
said, okay, God, if this is you really telling me this and not just some random thought coming to my head, when church is over, I don't want to have to look for that person. And so I went through the prayer line like the Lord told me. I shared it with my pastor, and he prayed for me. Of course, you think his pastor prayed for you, that's fine. But God said, no, that person. So when I left the pastor's office to go to my car, I looked around and I didn't see that person. So I said, okay, well, maybe it was just, again, me. And so I'm fine. As I
Yeah.
was leaving the parking lot, driving down the alley, I heard someone say, "God bless you, sister." And it was that person. And immediately the devil said, "Act like you don't see him and keep going." I said, "Oh no,
Okay.
no." Because I knew that if I had not done exactly what God said when I went back to the doctor, they would have told me 10 years ago that I
Mhm.
had cancer.
Mhm.
That Monday morning when I was on my knees in prayer at 4:25, God said to me, "Everything you asked for is already done."
Wow.
So when I went back that Wednesday, it was there was nothing. There was
Yeah.
nothing. So this
Wow.
time God was I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're okay. You're okay. That was alerting you.
My first response to him was, "But I don't understand. I'm willing to do anything that you say. So I don't
Mhm.
understand why we have to go this route."
Again.
That was my response. And then
Help me get
but
it.
immediately I said, "Okay, if you brought me to it, you'll bring me through it." And so I knew there was no point of asking people to pray for God to heal me because number one, he said, he already told me from the onset, "I'm going to heal you."
Right. It's just not going to be the way that
But
you think.
I knew exactly, exactly. So it was like, but I knew that I was going to have to go through the process this time that he allowed me to avoid the first time.
Like
So,
that is crazy.
going through the chemo, I lost my hair, and I was really kind of excited about losing my hair because I had a chance to have short hair or and be bald and not have to cut it off myself. But the disappointment with that came afterwards because I developed alopecia.
Wow.
Okay, and me and God been having that conversation.
Listen, okay?
And I
So
will
with
tell you that through those, I had like, uh-oh, you froze.
oh, can you hear me? We good? Yes, no?
Okay, I see. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Uh-oh.
No? Yes, we back or
Okay.
no? Yeah.
You
We're
were gonna
good.
ask me a question?
Yes. I
Oh,
was
okay.
going to say,
Um,
I,
so as I'm going through my treatments and things like that, I'm constantly praying, asking God for.
oh, it's like a delay. I feel like it's a delay a little bit.
Yeah, it is because I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Cuzzo, what up?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me now? We good? We
Yes,
straight?
yes.
Okay. All right. So, real quick, I do want to ask, when you went through the process of like the chemotherapy, what was that like for you? Because everyone goes through chemotherapy treatments different. I went through chemotherapy and my treatments are a little different. So for you, were you tired? Did you have
Hmm.
like how did you go through it? How was your body?
Okay, you're breaking up, but I think what you're asking me is how did the chemotherapy affect me? The chemotherapy process? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so basically, basically, outside of the hair loss, I didn't really experience anything other than tiredness. And I realized, I think I would have done things differently had I had more information. Like I would have my chemotherapy sessions on Friday. So, you know, now that I know that with the chemotherapy, there's a lot of, I can't think of the name of the drug that's in there that makes you full of energy for 48 hours. And then I was still also working at the time. I chose to continue to work because my oncologist told me the best thing you can do is stay busy. So
What?
during my chemotherapy between November and the end of March, I worked every day. And when I would wake up on Mondays, I would feel totally drained. So I think that if I would have had my chemotherapy sessions on Wednesday, it would have given me time to have the weekend to recover. But, I didn't have all that information. So I went along with what I could. But then also, my job allowed me, um, based on a note from my doctor, to have days that I could take off if I needed to because of the chemo and because of what I was going through. I didn't have the nausea, the diarrhea. I didn't have any of that. I didn't lose weight. I didn't gain weight, but I didn't lose weight. The only thing that was really disturbing to me is that I could not enjoy my food because I like to eat. Because you couldn't taste anything. Everything tastes horrible. But
Yeah.
I ate simply because I knew that my body needed the nourishment.
So true.
So
So true. I don't think anybody really understands how much,
you're
like how dreadful
froze.
that is.
But
Am I froze right now? Am I frozen now? Cause what happened?
you're going in and out. Yeah, you're going in and out. But I also had to stop baking because for my customers because I couldn't taste the things that I was baking, and they were like, "But no, 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 you already know how to do this." I'm like, "No, no, no. My reputation is on the line here, so no, we will not do any baking until you take care of this."
Yeah, I think it's her service. It is, cause it ain't me over here. It ain't over here and clear. Man, this is such a good story. It has to be the service. Is it your service? I can't. We can't hear you now. Wait, let's see. Say something again. Oh, yep, it is. It's the service. Okay, well, in the meantime, in between time, we gonna talk about this metal, the tasting or the non-tasting during chemotherapy. Like I said, like everybody's chemotherapy story is different. Like similar to hers, I did not deal with, mind you, I did chemo for 6 years, 187 chemo treatments. So, I fortunately, and I'm so grateful about this. I did not have the discoloration of the skin. I did not have the dry, ashy look. I didn't look sick. I didn't lose weight, gain weight. My hair didn't fall out, like a little bit, but it was literally like in the area of, no, I'm sorry, it didn't fall out. It just thinned a little bit in the area where I was getting the treatments. But I didn't have any of that. But my thing was, I did pills and the injection. So I was double for the trouble, right? And with that, I with the pills and the injections, I did have like the nauseous. Okay, we're back. Are we back? Or yes or no? Yes,
Okay.
we back. We good. We in there?
Okay, can
Yes.
you hear me? I'm sorry.
I,
I'm
it's
sorry
okay.
about the connection over here.
It's all good. It's all good. You good? Like we
So
straight. We in
did
there.
you want to ask me something else?
I do, but I want to make sure if I ask you, you can answer. Yeah. See, there was a delay. Can you hear me or no or
Okay.
yes? Can you hear me? Can
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes
can
or
hear you. I can hear you.
okay?
Do you want to put your question in the chat and then that way I can answer? Yes,
So
I yes,
I
I can hear you.
because we're live, I can't put it in the chat. Um, because this is a live, so I can't like type and put it in the chat. But I do still want to
Okay.
conversate though. I still want to
Okay.
talk. Okay, cool. All right. So, you were saying that during chemo, you didn't have like the nausea, you didn't have all that, but you were very lethargic and tired. But then you were going into things that you wish you would have known,
Mhm.
um, during the treatment. So, can you share like kind of the things that you didn't know, but now you did because you did say that you were working.
Mhm. Yes.
Um,
Yes, I was working every day. Um oh, I can't think of no, what the main thing would have been to have my treatments on Wednesdays. And see, then on Thursday and Friday, it's all going through my system. I'm all energized and have all this energy to do everything. I could do it on Thursday and Friday. Then that would have given so when I started to crash, it would have been
mhm,
on the weekend, which would have given me time to recover. But when
right.
I explained to my oncologist what was happening, he told me, "Oh, here, do this." He told me that the medicine that I was taking right before my chemo to take half of that on Sunday. And Monday when I woke up, I would be fine. And it worked out.
That is good. So, how many treatments did you have?
I had 6.
Six treatments.
So my treatment started in November and they ended in March of 2018.
Man. So during that time, were there certain things that you could not do? Were there certain things that you because I do know with chemo, there's certain interactions like you can't really go like around like a group of people or you have to be very careful because your body is like going through a lot of
Hmm.
changes and sensitivity. So for you, did you have to be very careful like where you went?
Yes, and I wore a mask all the time.
Yeah.
And
I,
yeah, so you would people
oh, come on, man. This was going so good.
would look at you, well, why are you wearing a mask? Okay. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. It froze for a little
Okay.
bit,
Okay.
but then we back.
Okay. And I remember one time I was in Target and this little girl looked at me and she said, well,
No, Father, in the name
because
of Father.
she's trying to take care of herself and not get sick from us.
Mm, come
So yeah,
on.
I wear the mask. Uh-oh, I
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Okay. But I could go places and do whatever I felt like I could do. So the only thing I just had to be careful and be aware that my immune system was not strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of like it was like an honorable mention about you baking. So can you delve into how you even became a baker?
Oh, so during the 2008 2009 financial crisis, we didn't get a raise on our job. And I told the Lord one day, I said, I need a way to make some extra money, but I don't want to have to work overtime. And one day I was walking through my family room into my office, and the Lord said to me, if you bake your stuff, people will buy it.
Mm.
And I was like, really?
Okay.
So I put the website together and I went live 30 days later and got my first order.
Come on.
And I've
Come
been doing it for 14 years, 14 years this month.
14 years?
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. So, okay, so what's your specialty? Because I want everybody to know. What is your specialty?
Well, I guess I would say my specialty, one of my specialties is my darn delicious lemon bars.
Because I seen the pictures. And let me tell you, everything that I've seen that she's made and that she's baked has been so amazing. Even the little food, your little lunch packets. Even that, like everything that I've seen has been very, very like it's been like I want to taste that. Like, can I just stop by the house real quick? One time for the one time. I think that's super dope. So and I hear this from a lot of bakers, when you bake, is it
Mm-hmm.
kind of like your serenity moment? Is it kind of like your moment for just like this is just your love? Like forget all the other stuff. I'm in my zone. Like I'm just peaceful. Is that your peaceful moment?
No, no,
No.
I would have to say no. I mean, I do it because I enjoy it, but I wouldn't say that's my zone, my zone or my peaceful moment. I hadn't thought of it like that.
It's all good. It's all good. Everybody had their reasoning. Everybody, but it's all, that was the most honest answer I ever heard. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's get back into your journey, your medical journey. So
Okay.
after your chemo, after you went through the process, did you have to have surgery at all? Yes. No. The devil is busy, but God is busier.
Can you hear
Okay.
me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I had a double mastectomy at the end. I decided that instead of just operating on the one side where the cancer was found, at this point I'm 61 years old. Here, just take them both. So, but I opted for the DIEP reconstruction. But because normally when they do the double mastectomy, they will go in and start doing the reconstruction. But because my oncologist had not decided whether or not I would need radiation, I could not have that second surgery at that time. It had to be delayed.
Wow.
So they also took out a lymph node because they wanted to make sure it hadn't spread. And they did all this while I'm in surgery. The next week and a half, when I went for my follow up, the oncology surgeon come running into the office and saying, "Did you see the report? Did you see the report?" I'm like, "No, nobody's told me anything." She said, "Before you had your surgery, all your cancer was gone."
Come on, God. What?
And she was like, And see, I had told her, I told all my doctors at the beginning, I said, God is going to use this team of doctors to bring about my healing
Mm-hmm.
in this time. I said he healed me supernaturally before, and they was like, "Oh, so you thought you had cancer?" I said, "No, no, no. I didn't think I had cancer. I knew I had cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before it could be diagnosed, it was gone." You
Right.
see what I'm saying? And at the end of this, my doctors were so impressed. Each one of them kept telling me, "Oh, we have not seen results like this. I mean, we don't get results like this." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's because you guys are not the one in charge here." And when I mentioned to the oncology surgeon, because she had the exact same type of cancer that I had,
Wow.
and my doctors were her doctors.
Wow.
And I said, God, thank you for giving me someone that could understand what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she was like almost in tears. And she was like, "Well, I am so glad I was on your team." And I thought to myself, because you doubted me at first, but see, God had a reason.
He did.
God had a reason. And so for 4 months, when I would go back for my follow-ups, my doctors would say, we just, uh, I am just so happy. We don't get results like this. And my plastic surgeon, I said to him, he said, "Well, aren't you excited?" I said, "I'm excited, but not on the same level as you, because I don't have anything to compare this to. You
Right.
see this all the time."
Yeah. Yeah. No. D- Not right now. It's like the come on. That was like the greatest part of the story. What? Okay, we back.
So yeah, he agreed. God did it. And he said, "Oh, can I give you a hug?" I said, "Sure." But yeah, and I will tell you
Wow,
that one of my surgeries, before I went in, and that was when they were doing the transfer surgery of transferring tissue and blood vessels from my stomach to my chest. I told God, I said, "You cover me." And I specifically said to him, "If anything goes wrong, let it go wrong while I'm on the operating table."
yeah.
That surgery started at 7:30 Friday morning, and I did not come out of there until 2 a.m. Saturday. I was under for 18 hours
Wow.
because complications, once he transferred tissue to the right side and started to work on the left side, the blood vessels on the right side stopped working. So he had to finish the left side and go back. And once he went back to the right side, the left side stopped working.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a
So,
ping pong. It was like, oh my goodness.
and of course, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't find out until the next week because I was in the hospital for 7 days. But then I said, "Well, God, you answered my prayer. You did what I asked you to do."
Yeah. 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 God. Yeah. I don't want the complications after the fact. Get it
Right.
knock it all out during while the physicians are there and they can catch it right then and there. I don't want no 18 hours.
Being under anesthesia for 18 hours with
And I
no
thought
side
my
effects.
little 7 hours. I thought my little 7 hours was a lot. Child. What? 18. Wow. So how long was your recovery process?
Well, I was in the hospital for 7 days, but I couldn't stand up straight, because of all that's going on. And they actually had to tape my arms to my chest, to my side, while I was in surgery when I was coming out, because with me being unconscious, they did not want me to move or anything that would tear or damage the blood vessels. So I was home from work about 2 months, but it took 4 weeks for me to be able to stand up straight.
Wait, it took 4 weeks to stand up? No. Why? When we get to the good part, why? No. 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 Gabe, bring her back. I see her in the. I see her in the. I see her in the cut. Oh my god! It's like the anticipation is wild to me. The anticipation. Oh man. Okay, Gabe, he is like you doing too much. Devil, like relax. Like her story about to be heard. I don't care what nobody's saying. Shoot. Thank you, Grandma.
But
All glory does belong to God. Man. So the you had to be taped down, and then it took you 4 weeks to walk, to be
no,
able to walk.
to be able to stand up straight. So, I had to walk bent over because of all the surgery that was done in my abdominal area, as well as my chest. And I had 4 tubes coming out my chest.
Sheesh.
I mean,
Oh,
I could, of course, I can look back on it now and laugh, and I probably did that then, but it was like, simply because I already knew the outcome. And that was what gave me peace,
yeah.
because just reminding myself, no matter what I'm going through, God has already told me, I'm going to bring you out of this. You're going to be fine. But this is the process that you
The
have to
pro-
go through.
Woo! That's
And
deep.
I'll tell you, it took him 7 years to answer me with not so much why this happened, but what was the purpose. And he gave me
Yeah.
that answer last week.
Okay, we want to know.
Oh,
We
okay.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to know. This is good. This is good.
I was down praying during my morning prayer time, and the scripture in John 15:5, where he said, "Without me, ye can do nothing," where we're talking about the true vine and the husbandman and the trees, and that they bear much fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing the commentary on that, reading, studying. Okay, God, what are you trying to say to me? And the Lord said to me, your cancer journey was not because you did anything wrong. Your cancer journey was me pruning you. And I just like, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
man. I
So,
mean, the way God works. But here's the thing: the amazing part of it is He knows us so well, and He knows what we can handle. Because I'll say this: your journey, and your story is very powerful, and still is very powerful. But I don't think, if God gave that to someone else, they might not have handled it the way you did, because you knew from jump, whatever you were going to go through, God was going to bring you out. But going through it, like, and then you still reminding yourself, like, okay, God, but you said. So I'm trusting you during this process. I'm trusting you through this journey. But you going through the journey, That was a no. Oh my double. You a joke, big dog, but it's all right though. You a joke, big dog, but you ain't about to get this W. You about to get this L. Part two, Gabe. We're gonna have to do a part two because what in the what? If y'all want a part two, put it in the comments. We're gonna have a part two because I want her show to be too legit to quit. Man, what is going on?
I have a bad connection here. I have a hot spot, so and that's
It's so
probably part of it.
it's okay because everyone's putting in the comments that we're gonna have to do a part two because I want your story to be heard. My mom put a part two. Part two. Everybody's gonna have to do a. Y'all gonna have to tune in again because I want your story to be heard for real. Like this story is way too powerful and way too amazing, and I think people need to hear it like with no distractions. And the enemy is busy, like, but he ain't about to win. He ain't about to win. Okay, so we're gonna do a part two. We're almost at an hour, but we're gonna do a part two, and you're definitely coming back.
Okay.
Everybody is everybody's coming in part two. You famous over here. You famous over here. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Okay, so we're gonna do a part two. It's been solidified, and
Okay.
we're going to make sure that your story is told correctly and audibly because I think your story is super, super, super powerful. And I'm invested. You got me invested now.
Well, I have to tell you that I am one chapter away from finishing the book the Lord told me to write about my breast cancer journey.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. So we about to get the inside scoop. The enemy is not gonna he's not grandma. Because he's not. He's not at all. We're about to get the inside scoop before that's even the more why we gotta have you do a part two. That's even the more because we about to get the instant. We about to get the exclusive.
Okay.
Okay, so Gabe's gonna put you in the back. I'm about to end the show, and you're definitely going to come back. Like it's official. I'm saying it live, and everybody in the comments has said that they want a part two. So we're gonna have you in a part two. I appreciate um you telling us your journey, you being vulnerable and sharing with us like what you've been through. Um, your story is amazing. Like, and I'm so glad that you were my guest. Like, come on, like that was God know what he be doing all the time.
Right.
And
Right. Exactly.
I'm super
Hi,
grateful.
Patrice.
I'm super grateful that you took the time out to come. You're coming back, so there's that. Gabe's gonna put you in the back. I'm gonna end the show real quick, and we in there. I love you so so
Okay.
so much. I love you. All right, so y'all, that devil be trying so hard, cause he already know. He know what's up around here. Boy, boy, boy. You over here doing too much. Relax, like devil. You gotta relax because you over here doing too much. Yeah, so it's official. We're gonna do a part two. She's definitely coming back because her story is amazing and it's super powerful, and I'm super grateful that she took the time out to come and share her journey. And we got the exclusive, y'all, because as she said, she is not too far away from publishing her book. So isn't it, mom? So we getting the inside scoop. Okay? Period, Pooh. Thank you guys so so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank y'all. Like I appreciate it. I'm gonna say every episode because I don't take it lightly. Y'all don't have to do it at all. Y'all could be watching something else. Okay? You really could. So I'm grateful that you guys tune in and seeing what we talking about over here. All right, so let's get into the church announcements real quick. If you have a disability and or medical condition and you want to be a guest on the show, holla at me. Don't be talking about now. I had a disclaimer earlier. Don't be talking about you got a spot on your leg. Don't be talking about you got a paper cut because get some Neosporin and go on about your business. Okay? I need some real stories. As you can tell, my guests they go through stuff, but they still here. So if you love you too, Uncle. If you have a disability and or a medical condition, and you want to be a guest on the show, holla at me. Also, we're gonna be live and in living color next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central Standard, and 10 p.m. Eastern. So tune in. You feel me? Tune in. Thank you guys again so much for hopping on, seeing what we're talking about, and just like chopping it over me, like hanging out with me for an hour. You feel me? And some change. I appreciate it. Thank you again to my guest. And also, wait, real quick, because I missed a house rule. The most important house rule, like, how in the world? The most important house rule is we talk about Jesus Christ on this show. I don't know what y'all thought. That is the most important house rule. How dare I forget? Child, if y'all didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. Okay, that's all I got. I had to take that house rule because that's very, very extremely important. Without him, we are nothing. Get you him, okay? All you need is a little taste. That's it, just a little taste, and you be like, dang, God, dang, okay, because you can move mountains with him. The faith the size of a what? Okay. All right, so I'm out. I appreciate all you guys again. Thank you to my guest, Miss Sharlys, for coming on and sharing her powerful story. And we're about to get the exclusive part 2 because we enter like swimwear. I love y'all. Don't log off because you already know what to do. Gabe, let them have it. Let them have it. I love y'all. Period. And y'all better love me too. Alright. Gabe, get me out of here. Y'all ain't know what to do. Until next time. Love you.